Alright, hello everyone. This is Joshieboy. I am here with a Let's Play for World of Warcraft. Again, I don't know if anyone if anyone has yet to watch like more than a couple of more than just the one video on the left from my series. My multiple of more than one series. I'm doing like a bunch of things, and I think all of them are MMOs, which is kind of funny. But basically, I'm playing a bunch of MMOs right now, and I'm recording them as I play them. And to do a Let's Play of an MMO is kind of like an interesting idea because in many cases MMOs don't really have like an end point. They're just very continuous. And the thing that I love about them is they're not very linear all the time. I mean, you've got so many paths you can choose from. That's kind of the fun thing of an MMO. So you get to choose your own destiny. But regardless, I'm doing World of Warcraft because I play this game so many times, and the other night my cousin, who is younger than I am, a couple of years, he said, hey, you want to play World of Warcraft? And we were kind of playing some Minecraft, which I do plan to start recording, but regardless, he said, you want to play some World of Warcraft? And I was like, huh, alright. I haven't played the expansion, Mists of Pandaria, I think, of the Pandarian? I don't know. Either way, I hadn't played that. I did play Kata. I did play that at the highest level, and by that I mean like PvE, not PvP. I don't really do PvP, although I'd love to get into it because I mean I love ganking and going around just killing people, especially people that don't deserve it because I'm a troll. But but regardless. Yeah, I mean, he just asked if we wanted to play, and I was like, yeah, I haven't played the expansion yet, so why not? So we just rolled classes that we were interested in. I did a Gnome Warrior, as you see in front of you, and he did a, I believe, Dwarf Hunter. And in this video, specifically this 15-minute video, you won't see him. Not in any of the first 3 parts, I don't think. Maybe in the 4th part or the 5th. Because I know that I didn't actually realize this, but the dwarves and the gnomes have different starting areas now. And that's something I totally am not used to, because I made tons of gnomes and warriors back in like vanilla and like BC, but never did I make any in Mists of Pandaria because I just started playing the game again. So I'm really surprised to find that you start Nomergon, which is like really awesome because I love Nomergon. That was one of my favorite instances back when I used to play, especially in vanilla. It was just really fun, magical. Back when instances took a lot of time and like your group actually meant a lot to you. But I'm not going to ramble like too much, although I probably will just because this isn't a live recording. And I think I'll take a moment to just say the reason for this not being a live recording is because at the time, this was the first time I was recording this with my cousin in the same room, and I didn't really want to have like a whole lot of dialogue going on without having like an introduction kind of video where I just talk. And I think that that will be like the next 3 videos. So again, the first, second, third part, that's because I did like a 45-minute like recording session, and now I'm just breaking it up. As for the quality, that's something that I'm very much trying to deal with. Basically, the quality, there's like flickering, as everyone probably can notice. Flickering constantly will occur. It's like this really annoying quick flicker, and it makes it look really shitty. I am dealing with that problem, and I know in all of my videos I have that, but bear with me, I'll figure it out. And yeah, hopefully the quality will get better in that sense, but till then, just bear with me, listen to my voice, if that's even worth doing. But you're gonna try to enjoy the gameplay. The other thing, the reason why I didn't live record is because honestly I really don't like the starting quests for any area. While I was doing this, I mean, that was kind of my like feeling that I had prior to doing this. One thing I've noticed when I was doing this particularly is like this run through that you're watching is the quests look really interesting. The areas look really interesting. They kind of like revamped kind of the beginning areas, and I just kind of remember them being super boring and super grind, like you just grind through them and you just have to kind of move and run through, and and so it's just, I just wanted to get through it. But I found after doing it that it looked kind of interesting. Now I don't think in this playthrough I'm going to actually go through and talk about all the quests like I'm doing in my Lord of the Rings playthrough. That is like a much more that is a playthrough that I'm going to actually really like sit down and read to like the viewer, because I kind of want it to be a story, because I always, you know, I love Lord of the Rings, I love the world that it's in, and I kind of want to make that like a really cool kind of thing. I don't know how much it's going to be fun to actually listen to my voice like narrating characters and misspelling things and mispronouncing things. Mispronouncing, not misspelling, but hopefully you guys enjoy that. But back to what we're currently on, which is World of Warcraft. So yeah, I mean, I just got out of the beginning area. It was kind of weird because there were only really 2 or 3 quests that you did there, and that's all you spent. Oh, that's all the time you spend in Nomergon. But there's like all this stuff going on, so it's kind of funny. And then of course, you know, most of the quests that I'm doing are, excuse me, are you know, go kill this, go find that. Not really interesting stuff. So that just adds to the reason, or adds to like my that just reinforces my decision in not really wanting to read all the quests, because I mean, who cares? Like, sure, it helps to like understand some of the, I mean, sure, there's like some of the lore being explained in these quests, but the fact that you just go and kill stuff isn't really that interesting. And I don't think like it's fun to like, or interesting to read the quests in, or like read the quests to you guys, because if I'm just like, I don't know, it doesn't seem that interesting to me. I don't know. Lore for World of Warcraft was always okay, but I mean, I liked it a lot more in Warcraft, not World of Warcraft as much, because in Warcraft I feel like it really like spilled it out, and it made it really easy to understand and very interesting and compelling, even though it wasn't in first person, or like from like a person's perspective. Like it was obviously from the third person, like bird's eye perspective, where you're like commanding a bunch of dudes. But I thought just all of that made a lot more sense to me. So but anyway, as you can see, I mean, one thing I really love, and I'm just going to try to like fill up stuff like in this video, because I do again apologize that I'm not like live recording, because a lot more comes up in my head when I'm doing this, but I can ramble, so I'll do that for whatever I can, and hopefully you guys find it interesting. Basically, I find one thing I really do find compelling about these new areas is some of the scenery is like kind of interesting to me. I really like when the scenery, like the environment, is really immersive, because I mean, that's what I love about video games, and if they are immersive enough, then I feel like really compelled to play them, and I really like to like commit myself to a story, and I really like to jump into it, and I feel more like compelled to do so when the environment itself is very compelling and really kind of brings me in. So something I kind of liked while I was playing here, but not so much, because like not as much as some of my other Let's Plays that I'm doing right now, just because you know, it's not it's just, I've played this game so many times, and I mean, I like the animations, I like some of the backgrounds and stuff, but I don't know, it's not the, I guess there's a lot of things, but the environment's definitely okay. It's not super immersive, but it's more immersive than I remember it, so I was enjoying that. So I mean, currently I'm walking around, I think some point in time, around, what am I trying to say? Around some point in time, I was like walking around, and I was just killing like tigers. I don't know if it's here. I haven't looked at this video. Like, I recorded this yesterday. Because there was a point, or no, leopards, sorry. I was killing these leopards. Oh, look at this. This is kind of funny. So I keep getting near him, and he keeps backing up, and I was like, what the hell? So then I just back up right here, because I'm like, screw you. And I kill him. I didn't get to see if he would come forward, but he was like trying to run away from me slowly. There was a point in here when I just... That siren is so loud. Holy crap. Okay, there was a point in here, a point where I just started killing leopards and not doing the quest I was doing for some odd reason. And then I'm like looking around at stats and stuff. And mind you, while I'm recording this whole thing, I'm like talking to my cousin who's like right next to me. I was trolling him a little bit because he was asking me really like easy questions. Like, for example, he asked the really funny question, like, do I buy stuff right now? And I'm like, you're level 4. You don't need to buy stuff. And I was like trolling him, and I was like, no, there's like a minimum amount of stuff you need to buy. I don't know. I was just being really trolly because I love to do that. And It's unfortunate because it's not very nice, but but either way. So yeah, I mean, I'm just killing leopards. I don't know if I'm actually doing the quest. It's hard to see this screen, but so I just leveled. I can't see what level I am. See, like, I'm recording this on Movie Maker, Windows Movie Maker, and it's like I'm looking at this little tiny screen. I'm sure there was another way to do this, like not looking at this tiny screen, but I cannot see like the specific things on my user interface right now, so I have no idea what my level is. I think it's 4 or 3. I can't really see, but maybe 3. I don't know. Regardless, level doesn't matter. You guys can see it. You guys are like laughing, probably like, what the fuck is this guy even talking about? But either way, another thing that I'm pretty stoked about when I logged in for the first time in a couple months, or I guess a year. I played last summer, and I was playing a paladin. I was level 85. I was doing raids. I guess I was only doing the last raid, the like big Deathwing. What is it? I forget the name of it. I don't even remember. Okay, but basically, I mean, it was a cool raid, but the thing that really ticked me off, and this is like the continuous like nature of MMO, especially like in World of Warcraft, there's always going to be a point when you're at the top level when Blizzard sits down and looks at the game and says, all right, what do we have to do to like keep our like highest tier players interested? And like more than like, you know, almost like 9 times out of 10 they're gonna say release a new update for like loot, for armor, to get them like going out and trying to find new things, especially for PvE. I mean, it happens for PvP too, but a lot of times like this is a really common thing for PvE, and so they'll be like, all right, new raid, and let's put new armor with a higher item level. And I always hated that, and I to this day hate it. Like, I understand that it's very important to, you know, keep the people that are at the top like doing new things, but it sucks that like, and this is something I dealt with last summer, you get to the highest level and you get like the best armor for that current tier, like for that top tier, current whatever it is. I'm not explaining it correctly, but like the best armor for that raid. And I couldn't run heroics like perfectly yet, so I didn't have like the top stuff, but I had pretty good stuff. Like I had the best for like the normal raid, and I had some heroic gear. And basically like you feel really cool because your dude's like really awesome, and then all of a sudden, you know, the next like raid update comes out, or whatever it's called, and all of a sudden your shit's worth nothing, or at least it's worth like not nearly as much as it was before. Or like an expansion comes out and it's like, oh, you were level 85 and you have like purples that took like hours upon hours of getting, and you go to the new area, which happened I'm sure for lots of players and that bought Mists of Pandaria right when it came out, and they got the game and they were like, oh wow, the stuff in this new area is just about as good as my purple gear that I spent hours trying to get. And like that sucks, you know, that policy sucks, and I understand that it would really be annoying if it wasn't that way, but I don't know, it just sucks that it is that way because it's very unfortunate for those players that don't have a whole lot of time to commit to the game, and then they do commit like enough time at that point to really get up there, and all of a sudden it gets like dragged away from them and their stuff just sucks. I know it's the nature of the game, but it just really sucks in that case because you feel like you've wasted a lot of time, especially if you can't recommit it. Like, I don't know, it just like it really hits you. It's like a really good slap in the face at that point. But anyway, we're approaching the 14-minute marker, and this is going to be the first clip of the video. I'm trying to like figure out if I can do like 30-minute uploads, but for now I'm just going to do 15 until I can figure out how to do larger ones. If anyone has an idea, I'd definitely love to hear it. But you know, regardless. Oh, and I love my sword, by the way. One thing that was going on is like my cousin did have like a really crappy weapon from the dwarf starting area, and I got this like weapon called like the something lightsaber, like the very lightsaber, I don't know, but it was really funny. He was like, why do you get a lightsaber? He was getting so mad about it. But regardless, guys, yeah, this is gonna be the first upload of many, because I'm sure I'm gonna be playing this a ton. I don't know what the schedule will be. I'm still getting used to this like recording situation, but for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and thank you so much.